This day 639 Arukh HaShulchan Yomi. Today's Arukh HaShulchan Yomi is sponsored for his chus for Fuhr Shlema for Yonas and Ezra ben Chaim Feigl Shuva Fuhr Shlema B'Meira. If you like to sponsor Arukh HaMashiach more Arukh HaShulchan Yomi, please come me directly. Be very greatly appreciated. Today we're doing Simon Shinai Beis again. Sif Yud Gimel to Sif Chav. Yud Gimel. In Be'ir ben Chatzeres Koso Gavoy Asar Tvachim Blo Bes Chalon. If between there are between the yards a wall which is 10 feet high below Bes Chalon without a window, without a opening or a door. Or the floor of one of them was more than 10 tefachim higher than the other one. Or it was 5 tefachim higher. One of the chatzeros is 5 tefachim higher. Allah, when you made on it, the wall of additional 5 tefachim and make it 10 tefachim high altogether. There's no opening or window, and you can't make it together. Each one has to make it by himself. Unless there's a mobi through which they both can go around. And make it through the mobi by Shtufim Vos. We have not yet discussed whether Shituf works in place of Erev Chatzeros or not. The opposite is true if the Chatzeros are open to each other, bin miluam completely on that side, or at least more than 10 amos. They can't make an Erev each one individually. And those themselves they forbid each other. They need to make an Erev together. It certainly is true when there is no wall 10 feet between them. The Rak Marvin Yachad, they can only make an Erev together. If there was a wall 10 feet in Pesach, which is not long, the opening which is not more than 10 amos wide, and they have a choice. If they want, they can make one Erev together. They want to make two separate Erev, each one independently. Partially, it's clear Shema Yabba named source of Pesach. If there's between the two of them, source of Pesach, I feel yes, master, even if it's more than 10 amos, the gap. I feel if it's the entire side. We can make an Erev each one independently. For the Pachas may answer something which, if it's less than 10 and not the entire side, they come Shishar or Pas Arba Shnei Pasim. Of course, that's remain either one plank of 4 tvachim or 2 pasim of Mashuin, getting Chatzer just like any other Chatzer. If you have a wall between 2 Chatzers without a window, without an opening, so it's like where they have to make it each one independently. Or there was between them an opening or a window, but they still want to make it each one individually. But and at the top of the wall there is fruit. Or anything else which can be carried on Shabbos. Each one go to the top of the wall and bring down the fruit into their Chatzer. And also to put up fruit on there. The other object from the yard. Because the wall and the Chatzeros are one Rishus. Actually, you're doing as long as they don't take it down to the house, or from the house out to the wall. Just like Kalim, Gagos Chatzeros, Kaperfos Kulam Rishus Achas, but only for Kalim, which will show that it's not in the house. Also, so vice versa, I'll take from the house to the top of the wall. But there's a distinction here. As to the width of the wall on top. If the wall on top is 4 tvachim wide, which is the shear of the karmelis, you can't take down from there into the chatzer kalim which were in the house. You formed before Shabbos. But it's not 4 tvachim wide. It's a makam tur. So it's a makam tur. You're allowed to take things down. But actually, as long as they don't switch, that's the catch. Take from the coastal down, put the coastal up, but not switch to the other side. You might say, okay, so for one side it was 10 fucking high. She's angle so the other side was not 10 fucking high. Because the floor of one of them is high, the floor, the ground level. One of them is higher than the side of the other one. Because the wall is 4 fucking wide. the yard which is not 10 tefachim lower than the top of the wall. We give it to them, so they can use it even for came which were in the house. When it was married for itself. But the wall is 10, the one which is 10 tefachim, for which it's 10 tefachim higher. As soon as time is short, they can't use it because they lost it. Mishabur brings out the Rashi is maker for the second guy. The guy who's not for which is not 10 tefachim high. I don't know what he's saying. Okay, never mind. The came of the Chaber ain't because of Zadino Kigag, since for the friend it's not like a roof. So therefore, you have like a chutzah. For him, it's a chutzah. Mutar title of field came to a bais. So you can put out there even came which were in the house. But show every last one when it may air for itself. Okay, Shtami Yishin Shtamish lo became Yoshotsu b'chutzer Yaso loading gag. So the problem is that then if the second guy uses it also as a for his scaling, then because for him his gag. For the other guy it wasn't a gag; it was like the chutzer. For him it's like a gag because it's 10 fucking higher. So that's the case. He would forbid the other guy, the first guy, for whom it was less than that fucking, would use from putting up their kalim which were in the house. The other guy has direct access. He doesn't. Direct access meaning less than 10. Vikash, you're going to ask Michael's leading the Larishon Kula of Loa Shani Miksaso. Why do you give a complete to the first guy, not at least for some parts to the second guy? Kakwadi? That's a law. Anything for which one side it's easy to use. Like this side here, which is not 10 tefachim high. The other one it's more difficult. We award it, so to speak, the person who can use it more easily. But the wall is not 4 tefachim wide. Then they can both take kalim, which even ones from the house. This doesn't have a look of a gag. They both take kalim to the top of that wall. Of course, they can't switch from one side to the other. Tesva. If you have a house between 2 yards, each one made around its own. If we understand this house made able both of them. The house can take to both sides wherever it wants. You can't ask how does a person live in two places. It's not a question. A person, everybody can eat and can live and eat in several places. It's so there, so it's to be dwelling place for him. The people live in the chatzers. They can't carry from one chatzer to the other chatzer. Came to the bayis, which were in their house. Their base shows up through this guy's house. It's open to both sides. Only he can do that. Meaning they should he has two dwelling places, new places, not them. Yeah, well, Mr. Bohr points out if they put the area for both sides in that middle house, then everybody can carry from each side to the other. Tezline, Amr Chazal. The Sulam Tachas a ladder is like an opening. There's a wall between 2 yards. Ain Bo Pesach alone doesn't have an opening or a window. Im Yamidu Sulam Mikano Khan, if you put a ladder on each side next to Pesach, it's like an opening. They can make an area together. They can go up on this ladder on this side. They can go down on the ladder on the other side. But just like a Pesach has 4 tvachim, so to this ladder has 4 tvachim wide. The klomar shlevos, meaning that the rungs you arba tvachim rochos 4 tvachim wide. Shesum kavua, so it's got to be a fixed ladder. Now lo pachos mi'arba shlevos got to have no less than 4 rungs. If it's less than 4 rungs, have a right. It's a temporary ladder. Venom moel doesn't work. Ellen kain shlevos unless the rungs and the sides are very heavy. So it's because then its heaviness makes it permanent in place. We're talking about Sulam connected Sulam. The 2 layers have to be opposite each other, the 2 sides. Oh, the Fachos, at least, no more than 3 Tvachim separate from each other. You can go up on this side and come down That's it. Of a shlosha, but if it's 3 talking separated, coach can use it certainly more. Anymore, it's not effective. If the wall, of course, if the wall is less than 4 tvachim wide, the aims that you look off because you can't go easily from one to the other. But the wall is 4 tvachim wide on top. Even the ladders are distant from each other. So let me go up on the ladder, so walk on the wall. To the ladder on the other side. The other chutzah go down to the yard. The mesh 4 tvachim wide is easy to walk. The wall has to reach, the ladder has to reach the top of the wall. Or less than 3 talking from the top of the wall. It doesn't have to be, the ladder doesn't have to be in an angle. Feel zokov, even if it's straight up. Have a capacity still like an opening. The zelkit staba. This is like a step. Shkamkin is shipua, or a shelf, which is also not on an angle. So we don't always need a ladder which is absolutely 10 fucking high. Use fucking such as where the wall is only 10 fucking high. You put up a ladder, shiva talking machu. Put up a ladder which is 7 tvachim and a little bit. It's a question put by the wall. Became with another one on the other side. And the ladder is 4 talking wide. And the ladder is effective. But to use the top of the wall, because it makes it easy to use. You can stand on the ladder and use it. Also to make an air together. When there's the wall, a ladder on the other side. Because then less than 3 talking from the top of the ladder to the top of the wall. But the attached and then of course both have equal rights to the top of the wall. What if you had a wall which is 10 fucking high but was made out of dirt? When you took off some dirt from the top of the wall, to make it lower than 10 fucking. They made such an indentation for more than 4 or more. Mahani, it works. Spend a social capacity, both to be like an opening line of yachid, making it together. If that indentation goes from side to side of the wall, it made a labor, but even if it's not from side to side, the person who on whose side it is, use the entire wall, should slow touch Misha Banachas. Because for him it's easy to use. The indentation is not 4 tvachim wide. It's not like an opening. Making it together. You also can use the entire wall. You can only use where the indentation is. If it's a ladder that's less than 4 tvachim wide, it doesn't work even right opposite it. It's because a ladder which less than 4 tvachim wide is not considered to be kavua, to be permanent. You're going to remove it from here. If you made an indentation in the dirt wall, well, opposite it, even if it's not 4 tvachim wide, it's easy to use the wall. It doesn't work for the entire wall because you can't stand there easily. But you can stand opposite the indentation on the ground and use it. Mr. Burr brings 2 opinions here. The first opinion holds that it depends if the entire thick width of the kaiso was indented from side to side. Then you have to make 1 erev. Yeah, you have to make 1 erev together? No, that's not true. If there was only 1. Okay, there's a lot of not significant for us at the moment. Just that he brings on base mayor, who's marking that only if it's 4 by 4 tvachim the indentation, then you can use it, and not just if it makes it lower than 10 tvachim. Okay, you test. If you built a shelf by the wall of Matom, you go by Asara to make less than 10 tvachim. If it's 4 tvachim wide, orech, along, opposite the wall. It's 4 tvachim, it sticks out 4 tvachim. 4 by 4, and it works the entire wall. We didn't say by the ladder or by the removing the indentation, except according to the base mayor. We didn't say you need 4x4. Neither would stop in the shelf. You need, although according to base mayor, it's 4x4 this way, not 4x4 that way. So it's not the same thing. Here you need it. It's a shelf on which you're going to stand. It's not easy to stand when it's not 4x4. The Basulam is supposed to the ladder. You hold on to the sides. And also when there's an indentation, you can hold yourself by the sides of the wall. I'll be establishing the shelf, which is a platform by itself. If it's not 4x4, it's nothing. Nevertheless, it's not considered to be an opening to make an air together unless it reaches the top of the wall or less than 3 from the top of the wall. But this is also true by a ladder. It's only by the indentation. We only have to diminish the height of the wall to less than 10. Because then the wall itself is affected. If I have a capacitive garment, it's like an absolute opening. If the platform is not 4x4, you can't even use it directly opposite where it is. It's not like the indentation. It can be time to casino, which is more within the wall itself, as opposed to this, which is not in the wall itself, and it's not nichat tashmishte. Chav. Kafa sefel. Sheish ba'arba arba. If you put up, say, in a bucket, which is 4x4, but gava koshu, it's tall, somewhat. Be'mat ben arbei, literal lot. Miba gava me'asar, and this diminishes the height of the wall from 10. Mutish tamish mute. You can use opposite there. The low v'chol kosel, not the entire wall. The griya stable, it's worse than the shelf. Should the ain't kvilus, because it's not permanent there. Shitlanamikan, you're going to move it from there. Kemashu keli, because it's a vessel. Usually the some say it is like the stable. So it can't use the entire wall. And Mishnah Paskins like that, which is the Bach and the Taz. But you should know that this bucket doesn't work unless you cement it in. The imlocated, if not, it's nothing. You take it immediately. You have to put together, cement it in with a strong cementing. To the point that you will be prevented from moving from its place. And to cut it up with a knife, literally with a pick. I mean, was just a little bit of pitch on it, which doesn't really glue it in. Right? It was just a little bit of pitch on top of it. You're allowed to move the bucket. That wouldn't do any good. Why would you allow to move the pitch? It's muktzeh. So it should be a shabbos bus also. It doesn't mean for the bucket to serve the pitch. That should be its base. The contrary. The pitch is useful for the bucket. Therefore, it's not possible for the bucket to be a basis for the teeth, which would be better because then you wouldn't be able to do it on Shabbos. It would be already permanent. Which tested with this previously. Therefore, it's not considered to be put there permanently unless you cement it in, as we wrote with some strength.